my friends, welcome to the metal shop. See, the Telecaster is back on the bench. I'm not working on this today. I do have some parts for it. I should have bought these saddles, these Vibramate saddles, when I did the installation of the Bigsby. Oh, it would be good if I got them actually in the frame. Great camera work. I found with the vintage saddles on here that aren't slotted, this thing it's pretty much unplayable. I mean, you could play rhythm, I guess, but you know, any kind of lead, any kind of single string runs, bending, forget it. The strings just slip about on those brass, or you ever call them ferrules or whatever. These are kind of cool because you can adjust the intonation from the back here with the Phillips head. I may switch these out for the slotted screwdriver just to maintain the appearance that I have there, but you can also get, there's a slot on this end which is invaluable with the Vibramate, as I said, because you'll never get to the back of these screws here with the Bigsby on here. You can never adjust your intonation, so having the slotted screw here on the front makes it so you can adjust the intonation. And the other thing, these have a nice vintage look. Like I said, I may try and swap out the slotted screws on the top if they're the same thread pitch and everything, and the intonation screws. But there's, as I said, they're grooved. They have machined grooves in them. So hopefully this will be a vast improvement over what we have here. I also picked up this Mojo Tone. This is a push-pull pot. So this was hard to find. I needed a push-pull. I needed a long shaft length for a Les Paul, and I wanted the proper taper for a volume. Now, I'm not sure which is better, whether an audio taper or a linear taper. This didn't say it was an audio or linear. It was said that it was specifically created for volume. So I believe it's going to be, you know, linear taper. This is a CTS, and I didn't even realize this. CTS stands for Chicago Telephone Service. So I bought this to install, and having purchased this necessitated what I'm actually making this video about. So stand by. So as I stated, I bought the this push-pull pot, and I have to install this in a guitar that's already wired up. And what I did initially is, when I wired that guitar up, was I made a template. It's in a Les Paul guitar. I made this template, and I screwed the pots right to this, and I wired everything up, and I put it in the guitar. Now it's in the guitar. I don't want to remove everything, so I have to wire it up in the guitar. So what I wanted was some type of, you know, a helping hand type of deal. I've honestly, if you've ever done any soldering, ever done any, you know, wiring of guitars, you really should have some type of a helping hand thing. And so I looked to see what was available out there, and I found a lot of really crude, inexpensive stuff, like the stuff that Stuart McDonald sells, their little helping hand, and that's fine for what it is. You know, it's really just a couple of alligator clips on, you know, a couple of pivoting arms. It's really, like I said, it's very rudimentary, it's very crude. So I did a little bit of searching, and I found this company actually on Amazon, like, of course, like everything else, the QuadHands Helping Hands. And now I have not put this together, so we'll put this together, and we'll have a look at how this works. And of course, you could use this for any electronics project. It would not have to be necessarily just for, you know, guitar-related activities. Let's see if we can't rip a couple of these open here. Got a couple of the short arms here, and you'll see, and these are shielded here. So I got a couple of short arms, and obviously comes with a couple of long arms, and they mount to this base here, which is quite heavy. This is powder coated steel. it's really nice. But what I figured that I could do with this is, and I'll show you after we put it together, is I think that I can slide this under the guitar and put the arms to go over guitar so that I can use the helping hands to wire up an existing guitar, if that makes sense. That's why I purchased this one. I should mention that the QuadHands comes in several styles. You can get it with just 2 arms, all the way 4 arms in different configurations, 5 arms, 6 arms. The darn thing looks like Doc Octopus, you know, from Spider-Man with, you know, the 6 arms on there. But anyway, this was about $42. They range in price from low $30 to around $80 for the largest 6 position, 6 arm type hands. And I'm not going to show you this putting together. I mean, it's pretty obvious. We're going to mount the arms here. There's nice rubber base that the screw is going to go through, and so we'll just, you know, real quickie, we'll bolt this thing together and we'll go from there. All right, so this is probably a little bit of overkill, more than I need. You know, probably you're just going to need, I apologize for the dog's squeaky toy in the background. I have Brady, the shop assistant, and George, the shop dog, are playing in the background. So again, this is probably overkill for what I need, just a basic, you know, this is basically what most people would need to hold a couple things together, is just these 2. But I mean, I thought, I don't know, this will probably come in handy. And the difference is, you know, the basic 2-position QuadHands, I want to say, was in the low $30, $33 or something, $32.95. This was $42.95. So for the additional versatility that we're going to have here, I think it'll probably be worth it. So what I thought that I was going to be able to do, and this is a guitar, of course it's got the bar on it. It's in the way. What I thought that I would be able to do is, and actually it's probably where a 2-position would work better, where if I take these 2 off, then I could slip this under the guitar, or I take the 2 big ones off, then I could slip this under the guitar, and then, but anyway, you see what I'm getting at here. You can use this to, you know, to hold a couple of wires. Yeah, so if I were to take these two longer positions off, slip it under the guitar, and then I could absolutely positively use just these 2 to work right in the cavity. This is kind of a neat guitar I kind of built in a tribute to Peter Frampton when he was using the Strat style guitar there in the 80s. The 3-position Strat there kind of mimics his old Les Paul from back in the day. I built this thing with the Ghost saddles here in the bridge. See the Ghost saddles here. I've never been able to get this thing to work right. There's a lot of, sorry about the camera there, bash the camera. There's a lot of wiring mess in there. And I've gone over this 100 times. I've followed their instructions completely. It's wired up properly, but it has just never worked. It may be a defective piece. I've always thought maybe I'd send it over to the Ghost Corporation if they're still in business and see if maybe they could get this thing working for me. But anyway, so anyway, just a quick little video on the QuadHands upgrade to the workbench and shop tools here today in the metal shop. So sorry I haven't done any videos in a while. It's been really cold and really gray here, and I just really, quite honestly, have not been motivated to work on a whole lot of projects in what little free time that I have. But it is a beautiful sunny day. Spring's in a few days, and I see the upturn in the amount of projects that I get working on is going to significantly increase, including the automotive stuff that you guys all like. I'll include a link in the description to this particular QuadHands. Again, all of these are available on Amazon, roughly $30 to $80 in multiple configurations. I think these things are great, much better than the, like I said, the crude, helping hands that you used to get that was nowhere near as versatile as this. All right, so quick little postscript. Here's what I ended up coming up with. Is I just took the long arms off, and it actually works out nice because these rubber feet are kind of huge. And what I was able to do is now I can hang this off the workbench with these rubber feet like this. I've just got a cloth here. It's actually like an old baby burp cloth here just to protect the guitar's finish. But now it sits flat and there's plenty of weight there so that I can work on the guitar as I had initially thought that I could. And you could still slide it up on the workbench as well. There's plenty of room with those big rubber feet there. It's just, it puts it a little bit too close, if you see what I'm saying. So if you're like this, now you have full reach pretty much anywhere in the cavity. I mean, you can move this thing around, you can figure it out. What I thought I might do is mount the feet with a shorter screw, just so that this thing will stay level and I can keep those long arms for a project when I need them. Cool. So as always, my friends, I thank you for watching. Please give me a like. Please hit the subscribe if you are so inclined, and share my videos. I really appreciate your support. All right, take care. Bye-bye.